I have so many notebooks. It's insane. Hear me out, okay? There are many different ways you can use up any notebook. If you're like me and you're watching this video because you also have a lot of notebooks that have literally no purpose for,
welcome to this video.
So I'm just gonna start in no particular order. One way you can use a notebook is for a planner. Let's say you have a plain notebook and you just need to be organized, use it as a bullet journal instead. If you still don't know what a bullet journal is, it's gone very popular, but basically it's just like a DIY, like do-it-yourself planner where you draw everything out, the calendars, the weekly pages. You can make it very personal to however you want to plan your day. Let's say you want to plan your day like by hours. You can write your own hours. It's very freeing, especially if you're like a creative person and like to draw and stuff. This is definitely a way to go. It just gets your day organized. I've been bullet journaling since like freshman year of high school and it's great. I love doing it. Okay, another way to use your notebook is as a journal. I don't know why I've struggled journaling. It's honestly a very hard thing for me to do because you have to do it like daily, or you try to do it daily or consistently and just like write whatever happened that day. It doesn't even matter if it's just like a little paragraph or just like a sentence of like what happened that day. I think it'd be really interesting to look back and be like, oh, what did I do during the time we were quarantined? But if you're like me and you're struggling with journaling, don't force yourself to write a specific amount. I think that's very intimidating, and I'm like illiterate, so a sentence or like a paragraph is a-okay. Next up, I have a sketchbook. So if you have a blank notebook, even a line notebook, and you just like doodling, that's a great way to use up a notebook. You can even art journal. That's like a way to, again, express yourself through art. You know what that means. I drew Zendaya, and it does not look like her, but we are trying. And yeah, it's okay. It's a sketchbook. You sketch in it and you practice with it. I got this sketchbook actually from Arteza, this brand. I ended up collaging over it and like painting it and stuff, and I really am obsessed with the cover now. TikTok and Pinterest are like the best places to look up any inspiration for literally anything. So if you need some inspiration on what to draw, what to do, if you're bored, go on Pinterest and TikTok. They're great. I'm sure you already know that. Another way you can use your notebook is to just write down lists. Basically just lists of like anything. It could be a list of movies you like to watch, like things to do during quarantine. You can do a bucket list. You can do a list of your favorite songs, a list of foods you want to make. You can literally make a list of anything. So that would definitely like use up a lot of paper in your notebook. For someone that likes to write and read, I think a quote journal would be really cool. I don't know, like sometimes people live by a specific quote or like a specific verse in the Bible even. I personally get inspired by some quotes, like some quotes in some songs, so maybe writing that down in a notebook would be really cool. Okay, this one's really interesting. I've thought about this for a while because I personally have dreams every night. I honestly love having dreams because it's something I get to think about when I'm asleep. It's weird. I know it's weird. And I think it would be really cool if you draw or wrote something from your dream every time you dreamed. Yes, this may have been inspired by Sharkboy Lava Girl, but I think it's so interesting how our brain works and how dreams work. I still don't know the mechanics behind, the science behind dreams, but sometimes I have memories from my dreams. I sound psychotic, but I'm not kidding. If you are lucky enough to remember your dream, maybe draw it or write it out. I think it's something really interesting to look back on in the future. A dream journal. Sharkboy Lava Girl. If you're a musician or a writer, maybe write some songs. I know writing songs is not necessarily easy. It doesn't have to be a really good, catchy song. It could literally be something as short as a jingle. Just play your instrument if you can play, you know, guitar or the piano. Play some notes, some chords, and you'll never know what you can come up with. I wrote songs a lot when I was like in elementary and like middle school, and so looking back at those songs in my like old book is actually so cute because they were like all love songs from like my old crushes. Yeah, write a song. You never know you can come up with. I use this notebook for my devotions in the morning. I am a Christian and I read the Bible, or I try to read the Bible every morning, and it's great, especially during this time. I feel like a lot of people have been leaning towards the Bible lately for some hope and help during this time, because that's all we can do at this moment is to just hope for the better. So I've been reading Proverbs in my Bible, and what I would do is just read maybe a chapter or two, and I would jot down what I read or what I got out of it. Something I used to do was the SOAP method. It's just an acronym. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Where you write S for scripture. I already forgot. S for scripture, O for observation, A for application, and P for prayer. And I think that's a really good guideline if you let's say you don't know what to write during your devotions, but you can change it up. You know, let's say you want to just use the S and the P part and write your scripture and prayer, you know? It's a good way to write your devotions every morning. And my last idea for ways to fill up your notebook is to make a scrapbook. I use a scrapbook a lot. I had this Smash book. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, and I ended up getting one. I did random like scrapbook pages that literally made no sense, but it was really fun to do. And if you have like scrap pieces of paper or like some pictures, old pictures, make your own scrapbook. Something I ended up making was a little tiny yearbook. Yes, I made this, guys. I'm such a DIYer. I just took random scrap pieces of paper and I printed out pictures of my friends and I from this year alone, my senior year, and I don't think we're getting yearbooks this year, though I already paid for it. So I ended up printing out some pictures of mine, cut them out, and I'm just gonna write something next to it, like something that I remember from that time. I think scrapbooking is just fun overall, very therapeutic to be honest. Since all our school years have been messed up because of this quarantine, I think this would give you like a rush of memories and like nostalgia from the past year if you do end up making a little scrapbook or yearbook of your own. But that is basically this video. I just wanted to share you guys my nerd obsession with notebooks and what I do with them because I have so many. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I hope this video was somewhat helpful, especially during this quarantine time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye!